Welcome to Full Sail Live. I'm Justin Velasco. Today we'll be discussing the Chicago White Sox disastrous season as they lost their 121st. What's going on with Caleb Williams and the 1-2 Chicago Bears? Later on, we'll be discussing the Dallas Cowboys with Patrick Brown. The Chicago White Sox officially lost their 121st game of the season. They fired manager Pedro Gafal earlier in the season, with Grady Sizemore taking over as interim manager. May have a chance to take an interview, but the White Sox general manager Chris Getz wants to go outside of the organization for their new manager. Who will that be? The Chicago White Sox are looking to make big changes. That's enough with the Chicago White Sox disappointing season. Let's move on to football and discuss the Dallas Cowboys and the Chicago Bears. We have a few special guests coming on the show today. With the Dallas 20-15 win over the New York Giants on Thursday night puts them at 2-2 on the season. They still trail the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders, who are both 2-1, but have yet to play Week 4. Will Dak Prescott be able to turn his season around? Is he living up to expectations? We will discuss all of this next with Patrick Brown. Hello, Patrick. How are you? Thank you for joining the show. Let's jump into the Dallas Cowboys and get your insights on the Dallas Cowboys season so far. How do you feel about Dak Prescott's contract? Do you believe he's living up to it, or do you think he needs to put a pep in his step and put up bigger numbers for a total value of $240 million?
Absolutely, Dak Prescott needs to put up bigger numbers in the postseason like he does in the regular season. When rubber has to meet the road, that's where you make your money in January. But for Dak, his 2-5 and 7 playoff games is little to be desired. But when you have an offense that's only features one dominant player like a CeeDee Lamb and the rest of the receiving committee is below average, they're just guys, as Bill Parcells once said. Jake Ferguson is a good player, but he's no Travis Kelce or no George Kittle. We have no run game, so a bulk of the weight falls on the shoulders of Dak Prescott. And to have the $240 million contract, it's time to put up or shut up for Dak Prescott.
Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence possibly missing weeks for each player. How do you think that's going to affect the Cowboys throughout the season?
With both Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence out, it's definitely a huge blow to the Cowboys defense, Justin. It's now a committee of players who have to step up in rotations in order to get the job done without our two best pass rushers. Nevertheless, it's 1 week, one game at a time, and hopefully this won't linger further into the regular season.
Did the Cowboys win over the Giants save their season? Do you think the Cowboys have a chance to jump the Commanders in the division in the next week or so?
The Cowboys win over the uh, Giants on Thursday night, Justin, was not very impressive, considering it was a typical type Giants type of game where they're not going to score a whole lot of points and try to keep the opposing team out of the end zone. But these next 7 games will be a tall tale test if the Cowboys can weather the storm without both DeMarcus Lawrence and Micah Parsons, and if Dak and CeeDee can get the offense going in the right direction and stay afloat in the NFC East. Far as trying to jump the Commanders, it's a possibility, but right now it's one game, 1 week at a time for the Dallas Cowboys starting in 2 weeks in Pittsburgh.
Thank you, Patrick, for joining the show. And I would like to say thank you for all of you've done, and thanks for the time that you have provided us. Hello, Joe. Welcome to the show. How are you today?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself? Thanks for having me.
I'm doing very good. How do you feel about the Chicago Bears so far? And do you think letting Justin Fields go is a bad decision, or do you think they're better off with Caleb Williams?
Yeah, well, that seems to be the question around town and around the city right now. But just looking at everything as a whole, Justin Fields has been a little bit more developed, but he's meant for that offense. I mean, there's not a quarterback that fits Mike Tomlin's offense better than Justin Fields, a running quarterback, someone who has a great defense behind them, and that's what they rely on. They're not a high-scoring team. They only threw for 18 passes, so they really take the pressure off the quarterback. I'm just fine with Caleb Williams as for now. Yes, he is a rookie. Yes, it is been a rough start for the Chicago Bears, but with better coaching, with him seeing things, he's very intelligent. I think he's going to get back to it, and we're going to be just fine. So I'm not hitting the panic button just yet.
Yeah, I think Caleb Williams is gonna be better. Just disappointing because of all the hype. But it's great to see you and great to have you on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe and I would like to thank you for tuning in today. And that's it for the big debate. I want to thank Joe and Patrick for joining the show. You will be the one to decide who won the debate, and I say so long. From Full Sail Live, I'm Justin Velasco. Have a great day and see ya later.